No. All right, so let's do this. That's what we're talking about today is the 5 biggest mistakes that network marketers make in their business. And if you're not in network marketing, this is still going to be useful for you because so many of these things really do apply no matter what it is you're doing. But let's face it, it is a little different to be in network marketing than it is to start a business on your own. There's lots of advantages. Let's talk about some of the advantages. Okay. Oh, by the way, in case I didn't share with you how it is, I believe I have the authority to speak to you on this topic is, first of all, it's where I started. A lot of people don't realize that. I started my first business when I was 15. And when I was in college, I started working with a network marketing organization. And although I wouldn't consider myself very successful in that organization, what I did realize was that they were teaching me all of the systems that I didn't understand how to put in place in my own business. Like I was learning from them, like, wow, oh, you can systematize these things. Oh, you can duplicate that. You can replicate that. There's a process to getting people to buy from you. And it's not salesy. Like I had like the very best training. I have to say that it was so great that I realized there was so much I could learn to help my own business. And it really did. I used all of those principles to build my own businesses, many of those principles. And then later on, I was and still am a trainer. I'm considered a celebrity trainer, which I think that I feel so like an egomaniac when you say celebrity with your name. It feels so weird. I guess that just means, how about this? I'm a well-known trainer, and I am a well-known trainer with Beachbody. Beachbody, when I started with them, I started doing infomercials for them. I built my own businesses. I built businesses with my husband. We had a fitness apparel company. We had a motivational camp. We had a certification or training company where we taught people how to become fitness instructors. And our programs were in, oh gosh, I don't know, thousands of health clubs around the globe. Like crazy that we were in so many different countries. We had over 60,000 instructors teaching this format that I was teaching, right? So again, I had a downline, if you will. I had what we called area promotion directors. That's what I called them. But really, I was basing that whole model off of what it was I learned in network marketing. And not looking for people who are like great at sales, but just looking for really great people who are passionate about fitness. And eventually we had people who represented like their states. And if you are making that analogy, it's almost like they were distributors. Like, so some of you are distributors with Beachbody, or maybe you're a Beachbody coach, or you are, you're with LuLaRoe, or you're with doTERRA, or whatever organization it is you're with, you know, you are a representative, or you represent those products and services, and you get paid a commission. And that is exactly the same structure that we use to develop our business, Powder Blue Productions. And we paid you were one of those early people. That's awesome. We paid our APDs, that's what we call our distributors, we paid them a commission. But to be clear, they didn't own that business. And if you're in network marketing, the first thing you have to know, like, let's just be honest, you don't own the business. You might own your own business, but if your business is reliant upon the products and services of the network marketing organization and they decide to sell, as we did, you know, you've got to start over, right? So that's one of the things I want to prepare you for today. But nonetheless, that is part of my expertise and how it is I'm able to speak from authority to you today. It goes better than that, or it goes further than that, I should say. Then eventually the company that I partnered with and sold Powder Blue Productions to is a company named Beachbody. Sometime after that, Beachbody said, hey, we're starting a network marketing division of this company. Now, at the time, I was already doing infomercials for them, selling directly to consumers. And they had learned that so many people, and by the way, if you're not with Beachbody, don't worry, this isn't going to be a Beachbody training. This is a business training for people in network marketing. So stay. And in fact, invite your downline because they need to hear this ish. Let me train you. I train all the network marketers. We don't just focus on one particular organization because frankly, most organizations, they have a way at the top that they like to teach you to be successful, and they're doing their best, right? They have to kind of find some place in the middle that works kind of for everybody. It might not be the best practices, but it's like, okay, most people can do this, and that's what they teach their distributors. And it's often, in my mind, it's not the best training, but they're doing the best they can, right? But ultimately, remember, their goal is to promote their business. Their goal isn't to make you more money, right? I mean, let's be honest. Their goal is to make them more money. I mean, we can all agree on that, right? Okay, good. Okay, so when we started working with Beachbody and they said we want to turn a division into network marketing, we had sold our company to Powder Blue Productions, and frankly, I encouraged many of our former APDs. I'm like, y'all should be doing this. It's what you were doing. And a lot of people said, I don't want to do that. I'm not into sales. I'm not into, it sounds like a pyramid scheme. I'm like, it's exactly what you were just doing. You can call it whatever you want to call it, but it's exactly what you're just doing. You're passionate about health and fitness. So, oh, and did I mention you'll probably make a lot more money with them than you were with us, because we didn't have that continuity that is so key to many of your network marketing opportunities, right? Like, so in order for you to make money, you have to do two things. What are they? Test question. What are the two things you need to do to be successful in network marketing? Tell me what those things are. Yes, you have to grow your own team and you need to sell product. You have to grow your team and you have to sell product. You have to do those two things, right? And that is really the key. It's not just one or the other. You really kind of have to do both. And I think some people miss that. That's right. So once we decided we encouraged the folks who we had taught them everything they need to know about network marketing, and just said, now here's this opportunity. And so many of them became distributors with Beachbody, and some of them went on to become distributors with other companies. But it was about that time when Brett and I, my husband and I, because we had sold Powder Blue Productions, we decided to go headfirst into teaching people how to do exactly what we had taught all of those APDs what to do. We went headfirst into teaching people how to build an online business. So I am very proud to say that of the 100 top earners in the industry, and I'm not just talking like one organization, top 100 earners in the whole industry, more than 10% have been through our program. That's insane. And you wouldn't know that these folks are network marketers, because if you show up on their page, if you show up to their social media, it's not obvious. And that should be like your first takeaway right now, y'all. Please write that down. If you follow some of the very best, most successful, go ahead. You should actually probably don't do exactly what they're doing. I'm going to tell you why in a minute. But if you look at the top 100 earners, now I didn't say most famous, right? Because there's a difference between rank climbing and climbing in earnings. There is. There's a difference between like winning all of the awards, which is great if you want to do that, if you love the recognition. But if the recognition is not nearly as important to you as the freedom that comes with that financial security, that's what we teach. Okay, and so if you look at those top earners, again, not the ones who are top necessarily in rank, but top earning, you can't tell what organization they're with. I can always tell when there is a new network marketer, because it's real obvious who you're with. Are you with me? How many of you, tell me what are some of the signs that it's a dead giveaway when somebody is new to network marketing? Because I mean, you guys can teach me. Tell me what it is you already know. People are doing this like crazy when they're brand new because they just don't know. Yes, products, and more products. Yes. Okay, keep these coming. You guys read those because those are so key. That is exactly what's going on. And you already know this. So I don't even have to teach you that. You already know that is what is happening. That's one of the reasons why network marketers get a bad name, because they do all the things. Look at I mean, here's, you know, I'm going to give you 5 mistakes, but here's 30 others. You guys should screen or whatever, screenshot those, because there's like 30 more mistakes that people make, and y'all are dead on. That's exactly what is happening. 1,000%. Okay, cool. Let me just link this up. We go. Yes. Basically, whatever the MLM is pushing. Yeah, it makes them the most money. That's right. That's absolutely right. So I'm glad you guys have already picked up on that. All right, so let's talk about some of the very, very important things that you've got to stop doing, or you need to stop doing if in fact you want to crush it in your network marketing business. The top 5 mistakes. The first one, you ready? Is trying to be Beyonce. Okay, so if you're a singer, pick someone in the industry who you're like, I want to be them, right? Or if you're an actor, you pick someone in the industry and you say, I want to be them. If you love motivational speaking, you see someone, you're like, I want to be them. I want to be Tony Robbins. I want to be fill in the blank top executive in network marketing. And you say to yourself, I want to be them. So what we do is then we look at that person. But if you want to be a singer and you're watching what Beyonce is doing online, you would think then, okay, so what I need to do is change my hair like every other day. I need to have fabulous vacations, post a lot about my incredible vacations, and a lot about my lifestyle. And probably not very much singing, but like just a lot about my lifestyle, right? Because that's what you're seeing her do. If I were trying to be Tony Robbins and I was watching what he was doing, I would think like, oh, okay, so I need to just show up at really large events and I need to network with like the richest, most famous people. Okay, so if I want to, I know, I want to be Sarah Robbins. I want to be Janelle Summers. I want to be John and Nadia Melton. These are all top earners in the industry in different MLMs. Now, if you're following them, you're going to see them kind of posting about everything. They're posting about their kids, their families, their dogs, their food, like all the things, lifestyle. And that's appropriate because they are where they are, because they first became known for something. You have to become known for something first in order to have permission to post on all of the things. And many of you, unless you have an email list, and I'd love to know if you already have a large email list, tell me. But if you don't have a large email list and you don't have a huge social media following, yes, if you don't already have a huge social media following, then ladies and gentlemen, you have to be known for something. You have to be known for something first. That has to happen before anything else, because if you're not known for anything, then why am I going to follow you? If I show up on your page and you have 400 followers, right? And it's just a slice of your life. How are you different from any of the other 4 billion people on Instagram? Why do I need to follow? Why would I follow you? Oh, and worse yet, you're posting photos with your product. Your company sells tape measures. And you're like, so now you know I sell tape measures. And now you know that if I'm talking to you, what am I going to try to sell you? Every time you post a photo with your product, we're going to talk about this a lot. You are telling people that's what you sell. You're also telling them the name of it. And you're also telling them, that's why I'm here. So when you get that message from me, I'm your girl when it comes to tape measures, right? You can't expect people to want to follow you and to grow your following if there's not a reason to. I need to know what is in it for me. Why would I want to follow you? Does that make sense? And so why is it when you guys follow someone, what is it that makes you follow them? When you find somebody's new page, what is it about that page where you're like, okay, that's kind of interesting. I could follow this page. What is it about that page? And wait before you answer, because sometimes I ask this question and people aren't thinking about it. They're like, they look interesting. No, that's not true. You follow people because it's like, oh, I can tell I can tell they're funny, or I can tell this is good fashion, or I can tell I'm going to get good fit food tips, or, oh, I love the body positivity stuff that they do, or I love the naturopathic, or I love the quote. Like there's something about it where you're like, oh, I love this about it. I love this about it. Yes. 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 Okay, good. Someone said, because they're authentic and help me solve a problem without selling. Okay. But again, if I land on your page, how do I know what problem you help me solve? So let's talk about your bio for a second. This is just an extra bonus tip. When I go right now, everybody, unless you're watching on your phone, I don't know if we can do this at the same time. You probably are watching on your phone, but I want you right now to go to your Instagram, or just think about your Instagram and ask yourself, when a stranger's looking at your Instagram, is it immediately apparent when they look at your profile what it is you do? Is it immediately apparent? Some people say yes, some people say no. No. Okay, now let me ask you this. Does it say you help people with health? Because if it does, because I see that as being the biggest mistake I see especially network marketers who are in health. I see them saying like, I help people get healthy, or I help people with their health goals, or I help people achieve freedom. So, but what kind of freedom? Financial freedom? Freedom from the scale? What kind of health? Gut health? Healthy weight? Like you have to that's a real broad category so look at your Instagram bio and ask yourself, is it too broad? Because you really need to niche it down so that when people click on, because otherwise, isn't 50% of Instagram there to help people with their health? So, but I'm looking for someone who can help me lose weight fast. I'm looking for someone who can help me lose weight after my baby. I'm looking for someone who can help me find clothes that are affordable. I'm looking for someone who can help me find an alternative way to heal my body. I'm looking for somebody who can help me with supplements that are affordable and proven. Like all of these, like sports performance. Very, very specific. Whatever it is you do, it needs to be super duper specific, or it doesn't help people. It's still not clear how you are helping people. Let me see if I can share my slides with you guys. Let's see if we can do this. Does that make sense? Yes? Okay, good. And let's see if we can't do this. We go share screen. Can you see my screen now? See my screen? Yes? Awesome. Okay. So the first mistake, just to recap, was trying to be Beyonce. It's just, when I say that, what I mean by that is you're trying to do all the things that you see the successful person who you're trying to emulate, you see them doing that. And it's a good quality. And you were probably taught, as was I, that success leaves clues. And so that's why we try to look at what Beyonce's doing and we try to do what she's doing, but it's just a big mistake because we don't know where she started. We're forgetting about the beginning. We're forgetting about what it looked like to start. Okay, so let's talk about, what did it look like for Beyonce to start? What did it look like for anyone who started at anything in the beginning? What did it look like? They focused on one freaking thing, and that's all they did. Justin Bieber, all he did was go to radio station after radio station after radio station and YouTube, YouTube, YouTube. He became known as the YouTube singer. What did I do when I was struggling to be known? Even though I was working as a paralegal, I had a used car business. I know I was selling eBooks. I was trying to license a personal training business. I was also trying to market to teach women how to start a business from home. And I was doing that in hotels. I was doing all these things. And then I was also teaching fitness, get this, as a hobby. All the other things were businesses. I was just teaching fitness because I was trying to keep the weight off and have fun exercising. But that one wasn't a business. All the other ones were businesses. But a very direct mentor of mine told me, you're never going to be successful until you focus on one thing and you're trying to do all the things. So nobody knows you for anything. You're trying to do all the things. And frankly, that's what a lot of you are doing right now on social media. You're trying to be all the things. What is it you figured out? Just focus on that. Are you an incredible cook? And I don't mean just all of your posts are centered around that, but the majority of it should be like, okay, this is the person you follow for home workouts. This is the person you follow to figure out how to survive as a single mom trying to do all the things after a horribly devastating divorce. This is the woman that you follow because she understands exactly how to heal your child from autism because she's going through it. Like, I need you to be known for something. You can post all the other stuff too, but you got to be known for one thing if you really want to be well known. If you want to break through Sheehan's wall. Now you have permission to post a little bit of the other things, but like literally when people go to your page, they need to say, oh, this is the person that does such and such. If you're telling people what you sell, the only way you're helping people is by helping to repel them. Sorry. It's the truth. Does that make sense? Beautiful. Well, I'm glad. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you for your feedback. I really do appreciate that. Who's taking notes, by the way? Are you taking notes? Okay, here's mistake number 2. It is the followers mentality. And that means you're trying to grow your following, but you're showing up as a follower and not a leader. You're showing up as a follower and not a leader. What do I mean by that? Well, a couple things. Number one, I need to know that you aren't just like everybody else. You know, recently I was looking through some hashtags of a particular network marketing organization uses. And I started looking and I'm like, every single post looks the same. Like, even though it's different people's accounts, everyone's kind of doing the same thing. Following, number one. Number 2, they were using hashtags that only people in that organization would know. Who are you going to attract? Who are you going to attract if you're using the hashtag that only your people know about? So let's say that your network marketing organization just launched a new brand called Pop and Lock, whatever. Pop and Lock, this Pop and Lock supplement. Nobody knows that name except for every single distributor in your company. And so now you're doing this big like promo about Pop and Lock and you're using hashtag Pop and Lock and you're using all of these things to attract who? People who are already in the organization. So what you're saying to the world is, I'm a follower. Hey, don't follow me. I'm following everybody else. So why are you promoting the things that only your organization would know? Why are you using the hashtags that the only people who would be looking for those hashtags are the people who are already in your organization? So you're really showing up as a follower. Here's the next thing people do that makes them show up like a follower is they think, well, I'm just going to do all the things that all the other people are doing on social media. I'm going to look at the top 5 or 10 people in my particular company. And I'm going to look at what they're doing and I'm going to do what they're doing. But again, now you're trying to be Beyonce. You're not going to stand out. You're not going to do it as well as them because you're not them. You can use the same presets. You can style your photos the same way, and that shit is going to feel phony. It does feel phony. You can tell it's like, oh, this is horrible. Like, be your freaking self. It's so much easier. It's so much easier to be yourself. But the reason why you don't is because when you post things that are just like it's you don't get this like amazing response. Yeah, because it takes time. You have to be patient with this stuff. It doesn't happen overnight. I love network marketing. I do. But it is not the thing that you get into to be rich quick. It is the ideal business for someone who's never had a business. It is the ideal place to start. It's an ideal thing for those of you who have a business and want to add an additional stream of income. I freaking love it. I love it. Why wouldn't you have, especially if you're using those products, you already love them, like even to just dabble in it is a smaller stream of income. Why wouldn't you? Duh. Why wouldn't you? If I could be a network marketing distributor, are you kidding? I would do it in a heart freaking beat and I would kill it. I would crush it. I can't because it would be considered a conflict of interest because of my relationship with Beachbody, but I would do it in 2 seconds because it's an extra stream of income. You didn't hear me say I would devote all my time to it and building a downline, but I would do it. It's extra income. But it's not the thing you go into to be rich or to make it big overnight. And when you do see someone who does make it big overnight, typically they've already done that with another organization, so they know how, right? Or they already had a big following. So you've got to show up as a leader, and the way you show up as a leader, listen, because I know you've heard that before. Don't you want to know what that means? Don't you want to know what that means? I'll tell you what it means. It means you have to show up as the person who can lead a community of people fighting a common enemy. What does that mean? A common enemy. Well, I'll tell you what it means. It means the problem. That's like whatever the problem is, you're going to be the person who's like, hey guys, all of us together, I'm the leader, but I'm going to help us fight what the mainstream media is telling us about autism. Or guys, I'm going to fight what your negative thoughts in your head have led you to believe it means to be a single mom who's divorced with 4 kids. I'm going to fight that enemy. We're together. I'm going to be the leader, and I'm looking for other people who are fighting this war. And I'm looking for you, and you need to show up because I'm going to show you how. But it needs to be. You can't just like pick one. You already know what it is. I'm just asking you to accept it and to step into it a little bit. Just test it. Just test out the waters this week. Will you do that for me? Will you just do a post about the one thing that you're like, if I had to pick like an enemy that it feels wrong to me that this is portrayed this way, or that this is that hard, or that this is such a struggle, or whatever it is, just pick something as the enemy and just create a post to try to attract people with that. I love this. Yes. I love you guys are having these breakthroughs. This is super cool. Okay, let's go back. Let's see what our next one is, shall we? Thank you for your feedback, you guys. I appreciate that. The next big mistake is monologuing. So, and this is my quote, what you ask is far more powerful than what you say. I wish, you know what I should have done? I should have taken a screenshot of a message that, oh, hold on. Hey, Brad, can you bring me my water? I left my water in the other room. I just realized that. Thanks, honey. Monologuing. Okay, so this, I think, is one of the biggest mistakes a newbie is going to make when you're in network marketing. And that is vomiting all of the features of your, whatever it is you offer. Or just like saying like, hey, hun, you'd be really great at this. I want to tell you about this opportunity. I love and this about my company, and that about my company, and this about me, and this about my earnings, and this about my story, and more about me. And this is so interesting. Are you loving this? I'm telling you all about me. Like it's a monologue. You need a dialogue. Aw, thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, cool. So, all right. How do you do this? In 2016, I coined the phrase training our top network marketing individuals inside. We have an academy called the Marketing Impact Academy. And I started working to help them just figure out, like, how do you get people, if you're not posting about your stuff, how do you get people to ask about your stuff, right? Because if I don't get you to ask about it, how else am I going to get you to talk about it? If I'm not posting about it, how are you going to even know about it? Am I right? Have you wondered that? Okay. So I coined a phrase called curiosity marketing. And maybe you've heard other people talk about curiosity marketing, but I'm going to break it down for you. Curiosity marketing is the cornerstone of great copy, of great marketing. It's what happens when you're watching a television show, especially reality TV or any TV show. And just before they cut to commercial, there's a big like, oh, what is it? Whose drugs did they find? That was a reference to Bravo this week. Did you guys watch Below Deck? You're like, who has drugs on the boat? Right? And it's like really good editing. And you're like, oh, it's always really good editing. And then you're curious and you're like, I need to stay because I need to know. Okay, so now let me tell you, or let me ask you this. When you're watching a show, right, and it's just before commercial, if they kind of give you a little preview all the way to the end of the show, a little preview all the way to the end, but there's still 30 minutes left in the show, do you watch the rest of the show if you already had your little preview and you already know how this works out? Mm-hmm. Of course you don't. He's like, I already, thanks. Thanks, I already got it. Got it, thanks, right? Here's what curiosity marketing looks like. Let me share with you 2 examples. You ready? The first, and these are real life examples. The first was a gal I saw posted on Instagram. She was promoting the latest release of a new product with her organization, and she showed a picture of this workout on her laptop, and that, you know, she was all sweaty, and she wrote in the comments how many weeks it was, and a little bit about the trainer, a lot about the program, what to expect, how much she loved it, like everything, including, you know, how much time it took, everything. Like, it was such a great post, except that I knew everything. So I didn't have to ask any questions. But yet, when I looked at the post, dude, here's the part. Okay, here's the part. This person had a lot of followers. So I'm like, oh, look at them. They got a lot of comments. I read the comments. You know what all the comments were? I'll tell you. Where did you get your shoes? Girl, those are the cutest tights. Where are your tights from? Where are your leggings from? Can you tell me where? And like, she was answering that over and over and over. And I'm like, the same people weren't reading each other's comments. Like, I'm like, she answered where she got the freaking leggings. She told you. But you know what no one asked? No one asked anything about the program because she told them everything. Now, what if she had done the reverse of that? What if girlfriend turned her laptop so you couldn't see the program? You could see her amazing physique and the sweat and the happiness, and you could see the transformation. You could see the result. And you could see her tights and her cute shoes. And she said, oh, okay, you guys, first of all, I have to say that if it weren't for this program that I just finished, there's no way I'd have the confidence today to be rocking these baby blue Fabletics and my new Nikes, which I got on Amazon or I got on Fabletics, whatever. But without this program, there's no way I would have done it. I never thought in such a short period of time that I could transform my body in this way. And it's probably one of the best things I've done this year. Now, what are you asking? You don't need to know where she got the leggings, and she already told you where to get shoes. But what are you curious about now? Yeah. And that's what we teach our students how to do. It's what we do in our marketing. It's why my email list converts better than anything else. I don't use my social media to sell. In fact, I don't use my email to sell, but I use my email and videos to explain, right? So it's telling people enough to pique their curiosity and get them to have a conversation. That's what curiosity marketing is about. It's about a conversation. Asking questions is about a conversation. So when I say curiosity marketing, I don't just mean creating, listen, please write this in a note so I know that you understand this. I'm not just talking about creating posts that create curiosity. I'm talking about you becoming insanely curious about your customer, the person you're talking to. Hey, do you know why it is I'm doing this training today? I didn't just assume that everybody who's watching already had a business. I asked, okay, if you're following me for business, if you listen to Build Your Tribe, if you've been following me for the last 10 years for my marketing tips, I need to know, what do you do? What do you struggle with? And a quarter of my audience says, I'm struggling to build my network marketing business. Now, I could just assume that people have their own business. But if I'm not asking, then I have to ask, okay, and what's the struggle? And I never hear people say, I don't love the company or I don't love the product. People say, I love the product, I love the company. I just don't love how hard it is for me to make my mark. I don't love how hard it is for me to stand out. And that, so now when I ask that, I can say, and why is it you want to be successful in your network marketing organization? What is it that it feels like it's taking the most time from you? So only once I have these conversations with you am I able to understand what it is you need. Kristen asked a great question, and people are saying, what do you do if you've been involved for 5 years and many people already know what you do? How do you create curiosity? Yeah, great question. Everybody, applause for Kristen. You need new followers. You need new followers. You need new eyeballs at all times. There's nothing about this business, network marketing, or any other business, any business, that isn't about attracting new eyeballs. That's business. Otherwise, you're just harassing your friends and family members. That's not business. That is a pyramid scheme. And you don't want any part of that. You are in business, and your number one goal is to learn how to be a marketer. You have to reach new people. They are not going to find you. All right, so that leads me to my next, thank you very much for that, Kristen, because that leads me to my next biggest mistake that people make, and that is expecting people to find you. Having a lovely home, decorating your home, making sure that everything is perfect and it's lovely, and you're going to just take care of people when they come over, and you paint your front door red, and you've got lovely flowers that lead up to your doorway. That doesn't mean anyone's going to come knock on your door. And eventually your neighbors are like, yeah, no, actually, I don't want to come over for dinner again. No, yes, I see you're having an open house again. What do you need? You need people, new people, to know about you. New people, new eyeballs. That's why you listen. The biggest mistake you can make is becoming complacent. The second you don't realize that you need to attract new people, you'll not. You show me someone who's laid off of social media and laid off of the recruiting process and taken a break, and I'll show you someone whose business has floundered, whose business has failed, or they'll say, I'm not into it so much anymore. It's not going so well anymore. That's because you're not going anymore. That's why, right? What's the best way to attract those people? Well, if I could cover that in 5 minutes, I would. But that is what we teach. That, and we're going to go over that a little bit. But that is what you need to do. And again, I keep telling you to look at the most successful people in your industry, not to do like to post the way that they do, but to look at their journey. When they started, ask them what they did when they started. And not just like, you're like, but I didn't just start. I've been in this for 5 years. Or I've been in this for 6 years. Or I've been in this for 3 years. I didn't just start. Okay. Ask them what they were doing when they were at your stage. Because the reason why you're at your beginning stage is because you haven't done what they started to do to take them to the next stage and the next stage and the next stage. That's the key. And I triple dog dare you to find even one top earning network marketer who hasn't invested in their education. They have coaches. They've been through my programs. They've been through other people's programs. They learn and they learn and they apply. They learn, they apply. They learn, they apply, they teach. They learn, they apply, they teach. They learn, they apply, they teach. And they don't drag their downline along. They don't micromanage their downline. They don't try to motivate their downline. They just say, here it is. It's up to you. I'm not doing this for you, boo. Boo, you need to do it. You need to do it. And they teach their downlines. They teach what they learn because they know there's certain people who are going to take it and certain people who are going to complain and say, my upline didn't do enough for me. Y'all, if you have made that comment, you have no business in my community, because I do not tolerate that. It is one person and one person's responsibility to figure out how to do it and to get the education. Your upline is not responsible for educating you. Most of the top network marketing or people in all of those industries They didn't, most of them will tell you, I didn't have enough, I had a shitty upline. I had to figure this out myself. That's why I went to trainings. And they usually get there faster because they invested in themselves. But it's so funny when people say, like, God, I wish I had signed up under so-and-so. Oh my gosh, my business would be so different if I had signed up under so-and-so. Dang it. Can I switch to a different leader? Because then I would be super successful. Because that person would give me all my clients. No, it's not how it works, y'all. The top leaders, they don't hold hands. They would burn out. Are you kidding me? Because the people who you think are going to crush it never do. They're like all talk. It's always like the quiet, like, I'll figure this out. That's the person, like, keep your eye on them. It's the person's like, I want this. My why is big. I'm going to have big mouth. I'm going to have the most followers, but I'm going to surprise you. Like, I'll tell you what, having done this now for more than 20 years, it's always that sleeper, man. It's always that sleeper. Yeah. So I love that you guys are saying this is so true. It's true. Yeah. Okay. Do any of you know someone who's super successful in your company who hasn't done a ton of investing in themselves? They have a mentor. They've paid for the most elite coaching and training. They go to the courses. I see them. I see my own students at other seminars, on webinars, listening to because they're students. They know for every dollar that they invest in themselves, there's a $7 plus return, and then it trickles down to their downline, right? So you can't just expect that people are going to show up. You've got to, it's up to you right now. It's up to you to make sure that people find you. And how do they find you? You got to crush it in social media. You got to know your brand. You got to know what makes you stand out. If you don't know what makes you stand out, how are you ever going to stand out? You have to know what differentiates you from everybody else. You have to know your unique selling proposition. And what that is a collection of all the things that are you. And they might not make any sense. And they probably aren't going to match up with what Beyonce's doing because she's not you. You show up by getting in social media every single day and knowing which platform crushes it for you. And then I'm not going to sugarcoat this. You have to do it. The more you post, the more likely you are to find a new person. If you're posting once every 4 days and you're using horrible hashtags, no one will find you. We only see people because of the hashtags they're using and the features on Instagram and Facebook, which those platforms are now highlighting because of the algorithm. And you have to know which features to use, or your stuff, you're going to think, oh, the algorithms changed. Oh, the algorithms changed, you guys. Oh no, the algorithms changed. And that's why no one can find me. Like, it's weird. I think I've been shadow banned. It's so weird. I'm not getting, no, that's not Instagram's fault. It's because you're using techniques that worked like 3 months ago, and the algorithm is constantly changing, not to trick us, but because it wants to serve us when we're on those platforms. That's how you get people to find you. Okay, the number 4 mistake is becoming the brand. Okay, I promise that what you're doing today exactly is likely not to be what you're going to be doing 10 years from now. And it might be one of the things you're doing, but it won't be your primary focus. You're going to be doing a lot of other things. Hopefully you'll have multiple streams. I hope that you're still doing network marketing, but I also hope that you have multiple streams of income. So how many of you know, a couple of names I want to give you. You let me know if you know these people. Nadia Melton, Sarah Robbins, the Higdons, Janelle Summers, Bob Heelig, Danielle Natoni. Yeah, so you know these names. Okay, so these are like top earners, top earners. Okay, cool. Yes, okay, you know these people. Excellent, beautiful. Okay, cool, fantastic. Lindsay Matway, another top coach. Yes, and these are all folks who, yep, exactly. Okay, now, do you think that those people are only doing network marketing? Because every single name that I just listed for you has multiple streams of income. They are their own brand. Yes. In fact, if you show up on their page, you're probably not going to be able to tell what it is they sell. Maybe you will, because they have more permission. They have more permission to do a lot broader things because they're known. Most of the people I just listed for you, they're a lifestyle brand. They've got books, they do their own trainings, they're affiliates or they're influencers. They're doing their own live events. They have their own podcasts. Yeah. Oh, Danielle is here. See, that's my point. Danielle Natoni, I don't know where you are, but apparently you're here. And I'm sure there's other top network marketers here. Why would they be here? Because they never stop learning. Because they might hear one sentence that makes a, listen to me, 2% difference for them this year. They might hear one sentence that makes a 2% increase in the way that they can help you, the way that they can serve their downline, or just their bottom line. That's like, so the other day I was listening to an audiobook on prosperity mindset. And I was telling my girlfriend this, and she goes, why would you be listening to a book on prosperity? I said, because I want more. And I want to understand it better. And I want to know my own blocks. I'm sure I have them, right? So I have to be curious about how to be better. And that's what great leaders do. That is what they do. Yes. What book, Chalene? What book? Oh, what book was I reading? All right, I'll tell you. All right, pardon the interruption while I tell you what book I was reading, because it's really good, and I highly recommend it. Stand by. It would be on my Audible. Whenever I say I'm reading a book, I'm lying. I'm actually listening to a book. I don't know. Sometimes I read a book, but it's pretty rare. So I was reading Prosperity Consciousness. Excuse me. I was listening to Prosperity Consciousness. Yeah. I love Audible too. I know. I sometimes read written books. All right. So we're moving on, shall we? So you can't expect that people are going to follow you, and becoming the brand. That's where we were, becoming the brand. The reason why I mentioned all those folks is because they are not the brand. They are their own brand. And that is why they're able to be successful in all these other multiple streams of income. Because if I fall in love with you versus the shake that you sell or the oils that you're pushing, if I fall in love with you, you don't even have to explain to me that it works. I'm like, whatever you're doing, Danielle, I want to do it, because I already have this relationship with you where everything you've recommended, it's worked out for me. But if you only are the brand, how does that build trust, right? How does that build trust? Can I tell you my number one pet peeve is when I see people in network marketing organizations where you have a whole downline of different products and things that you can offer to people, and you love them all equally. How could that be? You're like, oh, I love this program and I love this program. I love all of our programs. Well, that's like going to the waiter at a wonderful restaurant and he says, we have a wonderful halibut special tonight, and also a steak and lobster, and you say, how is the lobster? And when the waiter does this, I might go with the halibut. How much more do you trust that waiter? Do you trust the waiter that says they're all good? You're like, okay, right? Just be honest. Do you trust someone that the only thing that they promote is their thing? If the only thing you're promoting is your thing, that tells me you only care about you. You don't care about me. You only care about making money. I'm going to tell you about everything that I use, some of which I can make an affiliate fee from, some of which I sell, but a lot of which I don't, and I don't get jack from it. But if I'm truly who I say I am and I want to be a leader, I can't be a brand. I have to be the brand. I have to be the person that you're attracted to, not the item. We don't buy things. We buy from people. And we buy from people because we trust them. And we build trust by establishing trust. And ladies and gentlemen, listen to me. That takes time. It takes time. And so if you're not in this for the long haul, then you probably shouldn't be in network marketing. Because it just is not a get rich overnight quick kind of thing. It's going to teach you the systems. It's going to teach you persistence. And yes, you can build other streams of income alongside while you're doing it, but be known for one thing first. Be known for that thing. Becoming rich overnight is a myth, and people who are not willing to put in the time and look to see what the people at the top were doing when they were at your stage, then you've missed the point. If you're trying to do what they're doing now, you've missed the point. They probably worked their butts off, and you need to listen to what they're teaching you because they're going to help you get there faster. But you need to listen, you need to invest, and you need to implement. You need to do what they say instead of trying to reinvent the wheel. Like they're telling you how to do this. So if you stop seeing obstacles and you begin to say like, okay, I need to set up some systems. This has worked, and they've helped hundreds of other people do this, maybe hundreds of thousands. This should work for me too. I need to follow the steps. I've got to start at the beginning. You've got to set those foundational pieces in place. Yes. Lisa says, I post workouts and self-care sequences, but I'm a rep for an activewear company, and I also for a supplement company. If I reach a certain rank, I can no longer represent both, when I actually feel I can honestly be promoting both because I believe in both as products and companies. I'd love to see what everybody else's opinion is on this because, you know, P.S., I have opinions. It's not like written in stone. I personally believe you kind of need to pick one. I know quite a few people who represent a lot of different MLMs, but I don't know too many of them are crushing it. I see your point, but I don't know many who are crushing it. So I guess the question is, if you would like for that to be your primary source of income, go in deep with one. It's like saying, you know, I'm dating this guy and I'm dating this guy, and they're both really great, and the sex is really good with both of them. So I don't know, I feel like I should keep both. You know what I mean? Like that's gonna be a problem at some point. Like you're never gonna reach your full potential with one of these side pieces. Aren't they called side pieces? I can talk this way now because of, you know, the latest song from Cardi B and Megan. So this is like tame, I think. Am I right? Yeah. Oh my gosh. Right. Okay. So that's a really big mistake that so many network marketers make, and that is that they become the brand. They post about the brand. They talk about the brand. Oh, and the best is, don't you love this? Don't you love this when somebody leaves a network marketing organization and they bash the one that they just left? They were the other brand, and now they're the new brand, and they were like so unhappy, and it was so horrible. And you're like, so were you lying then, or are you lying now? Which one? Like when were you lying? Like that's such not a cool thing to do. Hey, listen, network marketing organizations close all the time. That's the other reason why you need a multiple streams of income. Any of you former AdvoCare reps? We have a ton of our students inside Marketing Impact that were AdvoCare reps, some of whom were earning, gosh, 5, even 6 figures monthly. And AdvoCare last year just sent out a notice. Yes, you know this. Sent out a notice to all of their reps that, hey, we've decided to go direct to consumer. So I think they got 30 days notice. 30 days notice. Can you imagine? Yeah. And so it happens a lot. You'll see, it happens a lot. It happens all the time. You have to move forward as if it's not going to happen, but you also, I mean, you have to believe that it's not going to happen, but you need to prepare that it could. And that means you need an additional stream of income. So sometimes that happens just because the companies decide like, hey, we want it does. Why are we paying distributors? We want to go direct to consumers. Or it might be that the laws have changed in their state and it's too hard to make people consultants. It might be that who knows why. Sometimes it's the FTC. Like things happen all the time where MLMs close. They just do. It happens. You know, so you have to, you want to move forward and believe that it's not going to happen, but you need to prepare as though it could. And the only way you can, here's how you prepare. So I see you guys freaking out right now. Okay. Here's how you prepare for that to happen. Be your own brand. That way, Lisa, Denise, Michelle, whatever it is that you're recommending to people, I am down because I just trust you. I wasn't that into the brand anyways. One of the reasons why I follow you is because then I don't have to do the research. I don't have to know all the ingredients. I don't care about any of that. Like I don't need to know how it works. I don't need to have a science and holistic healing. I just trust you. And so like if you're switching companies, that's cool. Like you know, so that's why it's really important that it's our brand that we're building. Okay, my fifth and final mistake. You ready for it? Fifth and final mistake is doing a copy and paste spam in the DMs. Hey, hun, I saw that you post about exercise, and I get these all the time, which is so funny. They'll be like, hey, hun, I see you like Payo. Have you heard about Beachbody? I'm like, that's so cute. That is adorable. I always go, no, but I think I'm doing the Payo workout, and I find that instructor kind of annoying. Like literally, I know that they've done is they're probably using a bot, and they followed my hashtag, and it's automatically sending me a DM. Yeah, I screenshot this one the other day. Actually, it was Friday. I got a message. I try to send a DM when somebody is a new follower. Oh, by the way, if you're not following me already on Instagram, I'm at Chalene Johnson. And you can see how this works. So when you follow me, I try, I mean, I don't get to everybody, but I try to send people a message when they follow. You know, I click on my little heart and I see who's a new follower, and I send them a DM, and I do it as a text shortener. So I have a long message I send to them, but I just type in 3 little letters and it sends them this long text. And it says to them, hey, just want to introduce myself virtually. Great to meet you. Thanks for following me. Let me know what type of content you'd like to see. True story. I need to post this. Maybe that would be mean, but I got to find it. I don't have time to find it. So on Friday, I got a message from a girl. She replied, this is what she replied to me. Oh, I don't know. I hadn't even looked at your content. To be honest, I'm here because I sell, and she said the name of 2 different MLMs. I'm on here because I sell da-da-da and da-da-da, and I'm just trying to find people to be my customers. Will you like my page? Wow. I'm like, you know, I couldn't help. You know, I couldn't help myself. Like I literally spent 30 minutes preparing messages to her. Like, don't do this. Please stop. Oh, and PS, your page is private. That is 101. If you are trying to attract new followers and you have your page settings set to private, that's like saying I've opened up a new store, but I've boarded up the windows. And I can't figure out why I'm not getting any customers. These are some of the common mistakes that people make. They just, it's too much copy and paste. And I think that's a pretty obvious one. But more importantly, it's to note that that person was talking to me. And even when we were talking, she was still just focused on the sale, not on me. Not on me. How do you, okay, let me answer this quick question. How do you handle creepy followers? With a hooray, I've got a new follower. I don't care. Like, what does a creepy follower mean? What do I care? I'm not giving people my address. I don't care how creepy followers are. They can ask to buy my old socks. True story. They're a follower. I don't care. I don't have to interact with them. Now, if they're bothering you in the DMs, block them. But, you know, bring on the creepy followers. I don't care. More engagement means I have the possibility of reaching more people. Yeah. Yes, you guys don't know about that. You could like literally, you could make a heck of a lot of money selling. That's like a weird fetish thing. Do they harass me? Listen, I have almost 600,000 followers. I don't get harassed. I don't know what you mean by getting harassed. I don't understand that. But I don't get harassed and I don't get hit on, so I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Maybe you're too sexy. I'll never get hit on. Never. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. I need to post more bikini photos or something. All right, so those are your 5 biggest mistakes. And I hope that you've taken away from these. These are really things that people are doing online. Now, there's a million things that I think network marketers can do in terms of mindset, that will help propel your business forward. But really what I wanted to talk to you about was how you can take what it is you're doing and get behind it. And know, you guys, it's the most incredible opportunity. Like, do you have to carry inventory? Do you understand? For my business, I have to have a warehouse full of water bottles and a warehouse full of push journals and a warehouse full of clothing when we owned an apparel company. And I have to figure out shipping and fulfillment and e-commerce, all of those things, and market. Like, it's such a nightmare. I love it, but there's so much expense involved. To have a ready-made business where you don't have to deal with fulfillment. You don't have to, most of you don't have to deal with buying products and investing and wondering if something's going to sell. You don't have to deal with that. The only thing you have to do is the thing that should be the easiest thing for you to do, and that is just to be you times 2, so people know who you are. You have to become known. That's really it. You become known and build that trust. People are going to want to buy from you. You have an incredible opportunity. Do I think network marketing is for everybody? Nope, I don't. I don't think becoming a leader is for everybody. I don't think becoming a business owner is for everybody. I do know this. Everyone today, including an 11-year-old, including your 76-year-old mom, everyone can make money online today without necessarily building a business. You can. And this is one additional way. This is one stream of income. So whether you're in this just to make, a few extra bucks, or you're like, I want to be one of those top earners, that there's a lot of range and potential there. But how you do that isn't just putting in the time. It's not like just doing, like I hear people say, well, I've been doing this for 5 years now. Shouldn't I be making more money? No, it has nothing to do with how long you've been doing it. It has everything to do with how you've been doing it. You have to do things in the right order. If you don't do them in the right order, it's just like baking a cake and you left out the oil or you left out the water. It just won't work. You have to do things in the right order. And that requires some patience, and it requires focus. Because if you're paying attention to what everybody else is doing, which is super easy to do online, then you'll get distracted and you will be so busy that you're going to think you need to give up on this dream because you're like, it wasn't for me. I worked my ass off and I didn't make any money. Right? One of my pet peeves is that people put down network marketing because they're like, not very many people make money at it. I'm like, not very many people make money at business in general. That's because not very many people are disciplined. That's all. Like it's a different level of discipline to make money. It just is. It's not even discipline, it's focus. It's like doing the right things in the right order. So I hope that you enjoyed this. I want to invite only those people who are here and want to learn more about working with me and digging deep into, so I can explain to you exactly what our academy is and what it does and how it helps network marketers specifically. Okay, so if you've been wondering about the Marketing Impact Academy and you have another business that you're concerned about, this broadcast is just for those of you who are in network marketing, and I want to answer all of your questions about that, because this is the program, I'm telling you, that has produced more top earners in the entire industry than I know of, and it's because it's a system that they go back and they teach to their downline. And they learn how to do these things. They learn how to become known, and they learn how to do things in the right order. And most importantly, they learn how to be their own brand. And to be your own brand means you've got to do things in the right order. I think so many people think, well, to be my own brand, I just have to know how to post on Instagram. Y'all, it ain't that. It's not like social media comes on the list of 4 things you need to do. Social's 4th. And by 4th, I mean 4th in the order of when you should do it. And what most people are doing, they're putting social first. That's a problem. So what is Marketing Impact Academy? Let me explain that to you. Marketing Impact Academy is what I created when I couldn't find the syllabus, like the steps. I was trying to build an online business. I was lucky enough to have an infomercial fail. Greatest thing that ever happened to me, because it freaked me out. And we'd sold our business. We had sold one of our businesses. We had sold 3 of our businesses. And I was really counting on my next infomercial being like a massive hit. I'll tell you which one. Chalene Extreme. Now, it didn't fail in the network, but it failed on TV. And that's where I get paid. So when it failed on TV, I was like, oh my God, what do we do? I've become the brand. I need to build my own brand. I need to teach people how it is we've done this. I need to teach people what I love. I need to build an online business. So I started taking seminars and workshops and listening to podcasts and reading all the books and doing webinar, doing all the stuff that you guys are probably doing too. And they were great, but I would write down notes in a little book, and then I'd leave from that and go like, oh shoot, I just did that workshop and now I realize I need to have a website and e-commerce. How do I do that? Then I would go backwards and then take a workshop on that. And I'd be like, oh shoot, now I need to figure out how to create an opt-in or freemiums. What is that? Oh, I should have done that first. Okay, let's go back. So I kept doing all these things out of order. And the whole time I kept saying to my husband, is there not some place where we can is there a syllabus? There's everything on Google and Pinterest. Why can't I find anything on Pinterest that actually tells me the order you're supposed to do this in? And that's because no one had created it. So I said, once we're done, I'm going to take every single course, every single expert, every single coach that we've ever hired, every mentor, everything I've learned in even a $100,000 mastermind, and I'm going to put it all in one place, and I'm going to give it to people. But better than that, I'm going to say, here's the syllabus. Do it in this order. And that's what the Marketing Impact Academy is. It is not a course, ladies and gentlemen. It is not a course. Repeat it right in the comment. This is not a course. This is an academy that houses like 50 courses. Well, like 20. Yeah, this is not a course. It's an academy. So it's because the course, I don't know about you, but whenever I would start a course and then I'd be like, oh shoot, now the kids got to go back to school and I forgot and now I'm behind and oh, screw it. I'm behind. Forget it. Oh, I didn't, everyone else is on their 12th week and I'm over here on week 4. You know what I mean? So I was like, I'm not doing that. That didn't work for me. I'm going to create something where people follow a syllabus and they know exactly where they're supposed to be. Hey, Brett. Oh, never mind. I think I have it here. I was going to show you mine. So this is your syllabus. It's called the playbook. And it literally walks you through step by step everything you need to do to build your business in the right order. And as you go through and learn each thing, you write down your notes and you figure out once. So then you don't have to go back and then go okay, so wait, what is it that makes me unique? What is my unique selling proposition? What is it that makes me an expert? What is it I should be posting about? You don't have to constantly be revisiting it. It's all in one giant place, but in the right order. That is key for me. I don't know, maybe you don't learn that way, but for people who do, I need a syllabus. I need things to be in an order. Otherwise, I'm going to jump all over the place. I am too distracted by shiny items and other people doing things. And I'm like, oh, I should start a podcast. No, you shouldn't, because that doesn't come until way back here. Starting a podcast is just going to take up a shit ton of your time. And then your husband's going to be like, why are you spending so much time on this business? It's not making any money. Yeah, that's because you did it in the wrong order. You're going to have a podcast someday, but not until it's in the right, you got to do things in the right order. So we literally start with your branding basics, understanding exactly who it is you're trying to reach and what is their problem and what is she feeling and what is the common enemy. We'll take you through that process so you can clarify all that. That's step one. You need to figure out what are my branding basics, and then creating a way to bring people onto your email list and a way to serve people other than social media, because social media can go away. It is literally the Marketing Impact Academy. It's an online course it's an online academy that's got 20 courses in it, and it teaches you how to do the right things in the right order. Can I get an amen? Write in the comments, I need to know the right steps. But not just the right steps, the right order. Because you know what? Social media is one of the steps. But most of you have been stuck on that first step because you thought that was step one, and it's not. I really designed this for moms or busy people who are have other things going on, so you can go through the course on your phone, on your tablet, on your laptop. You can binge it in a weekend, the stuff that you need to learn to let's say maybe you want to set up your own Shopify or your Etsy store, or you want to know how to create an ebook this weekend. You can binge that content this weekend and then be done for a couple of weeks. And then you can go back in to the academy and go okay, so now I need to know how to run a Facebook ad or how to do an IGTV to promote that ebook. It's all at your fingertips. It's all digital. Oh, P.S. It's not just me. So we have a huge, amazing group of professors. These are the experts who we use, and they're inside the academy teaching their course content. So for example, YouTube, Sean Cannell is our course professor. He teaches all the best content on YouTube. When it comes to Instagram, we have experts on Instagram, on Reels. We have Wahida, who is our sales copy expert, who teaches you how to do sales copy that'll blow your mind, because most people don't know how to write sales copy. Oh, thank you, Brett. So for some of you, you're like, oh, you don't need to tell me about MIA. I've been just waiting. There's a link in the, what is sales copy? Woo. What is sales copy? Sales copy is different from copy. Sales copy is something that gets people to take action without you having to do anything. You've just explained it to people. And it's a very specific way to do that, where people go like, oh, I'm down, let's do this. So you have to jump on the phone. Yeah. Okay, so all the experts we have, Pat Flynn is our podcast expert, there to teach you how to start a podcast. Angie Lee, teaching you affiliate marketing. So there's because I can't be an expert at all these things. I have experts who we've hired, and you get access to them inside the academy. In fact, everything I've ever done in terms of like paying for high-end professors or coaches, like Brett and I for 2 years, sometimes I hesitate to say this because it doesn't even sound realistic, but it's the truth. So I'm just going to tell you, because I don't know how to not tell the truth. But I will say this, you have to start somewhere, right? So the very first time I made an investment in a business course, it was $17,000. And I took a course to teach me how to publish a book. Someone said gasp. I know, I gasped too. But I sent it, and it wasn't easy. That was a really difficult thing to do. But I looked at, okay, so what could I make? Could I make this investment back? Listen to me. If I'm going to learn from someone who's a New York Times bestseller, and if he can teach me how to do it, and he says that there's a money back guarantee, if he can teach me how to do it, I'm going to make my investment back. And I know I can follow steps. And that, like right now, what you're hearing is me convincing my husband that we needed to do this. And he's like, I know you will do it. But it still made me sweat. Like I was still like so nervous, excited. I was super excited. Okay. Now that was a big bite. Like that was scary as heck. But you know what it did? It gave me because I did become a New York Times bestseller. It did pay off, and then some, right? Like times 100. Like that was the best money I spent. But I teach you exactly how to do that inside the academy too. Everything I've ever learned is inside the academy, right? But so my point is that was big, but every year we spend more and more and more on business coaching and development because it gives me a return. So what I was going to tell you is for 2 years, we have paid our coach $50,000 a month. That's insane. Even to say that, sometimes I'm like, guy, but you know what? There's something about that. You know what it does? It makes me follow through. When you pay attention. And we didn't start, just to be clear, we didn't start off paying her $50,000 a month. We started paying her $25,000 a month. And we got our investment, like within the first month, I could already tell based on those projections that we were going to double our income. I'm like, so what's the next tier? And she, so then to see what we got at the next tier, it's like, okay, it's the investment. It's scary. It's not easy. It's scary, but like, you start someplace, right? You have to start someplace. Anyways, my point is it is really important to invest in experts, and all of the experts are here. We hired StoryBrand to come out and help us figure out exactly how to not just understand your brand, but like the story behind your brand. And all of that is broken down in simplified terms. So it's like every expert I've had, you'll have access to, but in a simplified way. Cause like I'm one of those people that like, there's a certain way I like to learn and there's a certain way I need to do things. And so if you resonate with that, then you're going to love Marketing Impact Academy. If you don't love the way that I teach, then it's not for you. Right. And that you spending time with me here today helps you to understand that. I'm not going to sell you the Marketing Impact Academy. If you don't like the way I teach, if this isn't things you need to learn how to do, then it's not for you. But for people who are, you need one of these courses at some point. You need to know how to make freemiums, and you need to know the right way to do testimonials. There's a right way to do them. If you need to know how to use Facebook groups for your business, and you need to know how to create sales pages that convert so you don't have to get on the phone with people. If you need to know how to use curiosity marketing and attraction marketing and understand what a sales funnel is and how to set that up and how to be confident on camera, like all of these are individual courses. You're not going to have to do them all at once. Some of them you'll never have to do. But if you need to, you won't have to go buy another course. It'll be there for you. And this is important. As I said, the reason why I felt comfortable making that huge investment, our first one, there was no money back guarantee on our $50,000 a month. But by that point, I know me and I implement. But for the first time I made an investment in myself to learn next level business, there was a 7-day money back guarantee. And that made it like risk-free for me. Cause I'm like, okay, if I don't learn what I think I'm going to learn, then I get my money back. And we do the same thing. We give you 14 days, a 14-day money back guarantee if it's not right for you. Okay. So how much does it cost to join? That's probably your next question. So let me explain. As I've said, this is hundreds of thousands of dollars, literally, of the best coaching, mentorship, expertise, seminars, and training all in one place with more than just me as experts, all the best experts. We have experts in network marketing. John and Nadia Melton, I know some of you know them, are professors who teach specifically for those of you who want to understand better how to crush it in network marketing. They're making 6 figures a month, but they have multiple streams of income and they are their own brand. So you don't have to spend $17,000 to start, or $25,000 or $50,000. You can start today. One payment of $397 to start. Okay. One payment of $397, and then you'll make 5 additional. So it's 6 payments in total. Right. So you make 1 today to start. And the reason why I say to start, because that's really important, is because the thing I want you to know is I've created a mini course that will teach you how to make your money back in 7 days for your initial investment. Like, you'll make that back in 7 days. Just follow the steps. Promise you. It's called the Online Income Quick Start. It's brand new. We just put this in the academy. Yeah, so you're going to learn how to do it in 7 days. It's let me just be really clear. You're not going to make it back in 7 days doing network marketing. We're going to teach you how to create an additional stream of income without a website, without any investment, just like how to make money online. It'll probably help build your network marketing business, but I could never promise you that I can help you make your investment back in network marketing in 7 days. That's just, I couldn't say that to you. But if you follow these steps, you will. You'll make money online. Okay. And that's really important, because I know some of you are like, no, not some of you, everyone who's watching right now, money's tight. Almost everyone, not everyone, but almost everyone. I'll tell you this, 98% of people who join MIA join because they can't afford not to, because they're not making money, honey. I was broke when we made that $17,000 investment, but I was like, if we don't do this, I'm going to spend a year trying to figure this out myself, and I'm probably not going to do it because I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I could go to an expert and have them teach me this. So I need to do something that's a little bit scary and bet on me. I'll never bet against myself. Never bet against yourself. Right? So you can start for $397. Now, some of you I know are probably saying, well, okay, is it possible to pay for it all at once? Is there a discount? And there is. So for those of you who can afford to, and you want to go all in, because like that's a different mindset where you're like, let's go. Let's do this. I want that pressure. You'll save $385. You can pay for it in one payment. It's $19.97. Oh. And if you do you get a bonus, 2 bonuses if you're doing the one pay. I'll ship you this. Everybody else, you get this book too, but you're going to have to download it yourself, and which is no big deal. Just download it, take it to Kinko's, have them bind it for you. But for those of you who do a one payment, I'll ship it to you. Okay. This is going to be your business Bible. You'll love it. Because like 5 years from now, when you want to start a different business, and we're always sending you inserts so you can update the book as you go. Yep. That's right. Thank you. Do I sign the book? Really? That's kind of silly. If you want me to, I will. Just invested. Okay, that's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. Anyways, so that's your first bonus if you do the one pay. The second bonus is this. Okay, listen for a second, because if you're considering doing the one payment, what I'm about to tell you is a big deal. If you do one payment, I'm going to give you a course that you might not need today, but you will soon. And it's called How to Hire. And it's for people who need more freedom, peace. Listen, the last thing I want to do, because if you guys have been following me, like family is everything. Money, I don't care. Family is everything. That's my prosperity. The money is great. It gives us options, lots of options, but I don't want you to be the person who's designing the website and editing the videos and coming up with all the posts and writing the copy and talking to everybody in DMs and shipping the products and sending out the samples and designing the website and writing the emails and looking and making sure that the links aren't broken. No, that is not freedom. That is not freedom. You need a staff, you need a team, but you hire the members of your team one part-time person at a time so that you can prove that that person's making you money. And my How to Hire course, I'm going to give it to you when you do the one pay. And in that course is where I teach you like where to find these people, who your first hire should be, what you pay them. I show you how to write the interview questions, how to post the job, how everything. Like I literally even show you how to interview people on Skype, how to keep them motivated, how to work with a virtual staff because you're not in person with them, how to make sure they're doing their work, like all that. So that is a bonus when you do the one pay. Everybody gets the book. You can download it. You cannot buy this separately, PS, unless you're inside the academy. But you will have access to this. Okay, I'm also going to give you 2 tickets to our live event in 2020. It's going to be insane. It's a 3-day event. It's off the chain. We bring in the best speakers. It's next level. And coming up very soon, we are doing a live virtual MIA event. We're going to sell this for $500, and I'm going to automatically, and this is from our 2020. So the people who joined in 2020, they got that as a bonus. I'm going to give it to you too. And you don't want to miss it because we're covering Facebook groups, we're covering Reels, we're covering network marketing, sales like so many amazing things. And you don't want to miss that event. It's virtual. And so you'll get a free ticket admission to that as well. And on top of that, I'm going to give you, when you sign up today, all of the past events. So like, obviously we've been holding live events since 2014 and they're 3- and 4-day events. And we've had the best experts, like experts on YouTube, like James Wedmore, Sean Cannell, Lewis Howes, Pat Flynn, Brendan Burchard, Jeff Walker, Bo Eason, Amy Porterfield, Tiffany Bymester, Nicole Walters, like the best experts at these events, and you have access to the training. So that's a bonus we'll give to you. It's a $12,000 bonus because it's all those years, 2014 through 2020. Of course, you get your MIA, the Business Bible. And that's, I think, pretty priceless, especially if you have ADD or you're just busy. You have a lot of things. This is your syllabus, y'all. And as I promised, this is new. This is for everyone who, it's a little scary. You're feeling a little nervous to to make this investment in yourself. It's a leap of faith. I want to make it a no-brainer for you, and that's why I'm giving you the online income quick start. You'll make money in 7 days. Just follow. It's super simple. I've designed it for people who have no business experience whatsoever, no website, no email, and fear of putting yourself out there, fear of all that. I designed it for you, so it gives you a little shot of confidence because you'll start making money. Of course, you'll be in part of our private membership. That's in our portal. That's where all of your questions get answered. The experts and my team are there, office hours, answering your questions. Your questions don't just get lost inside the portal. They get answered there and they get emailed to you. So you're never going to be waiting around. And we have a private Facebook group that you'll become a member of. So you get all of this, you guys. It's $16,000 in bonuses. And that might seem crazy. But one of the things I teach you, because eventually I want all of you to create your own thing. You're going to create your own, maybe you're going to create your own lash line, or maybe you're going to create your own book, or maybe you're going to create something of your own. Ideally, I love that you're in network marketing, but I'm going to be honest. I really am hopeful that you'll think outside of that about your own brand and what that could be. Because you just never know when it could go away. And if we do this the right way, it'll build your downline. Think about all those names that I went over earlier. That their personal brands build their credibility, and that builds their downline. Right? So I really want you to think about what is possible. And that is, it's really up to you, and I've got to help you adopt that mindset. And so in order to do that, I want to make this so ridiculously amazing that you're we can't afford not to do this. Did I just end it? Uh-oh. Wait, can you guys still see me? Okay. Are you seeing my slides? Okay, wait, let me see. Okay, let me see if she's not great at technology. I will say that. Okay, we'll go like this. Now you see me? I really thought I just I was oh, bye everybody. No, don't leave me. Anyways, I know it's scary. That's what I want to say. It's I was literally sweating profusely when I went to Brett to argue my case for why we need to make an investment when we were broke. And guess who made us broke? I was the one that was paying for all these different things and trying all these different businesses and working 80 hours a week. And so, it was a little nerve-wracking to convince him okay, listen, I need to stop trying to figure this out myself. And I just need to invest in someone who can show us how to do it. But yeah, it made me nervous. You know why? Because that's a good sign. If you don't feel a little bit nervous and excited when you're doing something outside of your comfort zone, then you're in your comfort zone. You know what I'm saying? That's a sign that you're stepping outside of your comfort zone. So let that be a sign. And it's probably not a good sign if you're not feeling that. But I want to make it super easy for you. That's why, okay, if it's not right and you're oh no, I can't. It's not me. I don't know how to make money. I don't want to think about any of these things. It's not my time. Whatever. It's not what she promised. That's the main thing. If it's not what I promised, I want you to get your money back. Okay. And I want to give you all these bonuses. So you're it's just too good. It's one of the things I'm going to teach you how to do is how to price your own stuff at some point. And I'm going to teach you that you need to be so okay with the price that you're almost mad at people if they don't take advantage of it, because you know that they're stealing it at that price. I know you're stealing this because it's hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of experts and knowledge, and it's lifetime access. Did I even mention that? It doesn't go away in 12 weeks or 6 months. We have members, I'm sure probably even watching this right now, who've been with us for 6 years, constantly going back to it, and it helps them to evolve their business. So just to recap, that one pay bonus, you get the How to Hire course, you get the playbook. If you're doing the payments, it's 6 payments of $397. Everybody gets those, the bonuses I went over, with the exception of this being shipped to our one pays, and the How to Hire course gets sent to our our one pays. Oh, I want to share with you a couple of really cool stories just to get you thinking. Are you cool with that? Let me make sure. Am I missing any of your questions? Yes. Oh, see there, Elizabeth's been in it for 3 years. Do you update the content? Like a maniac. Like a maniac. I recorded 8 hours worth of new content this week alone for Marketing Impact Academy. We have to update it all the time. You know why? It's a nightmare, but social media changes like every other day. Every time there's an update, I'm like, oh my God, here we go. Like, I have to, because I promise people that. And you know why? Because I don't want you to have to run around like having to listen to podcasts and download things and looking, following people on. And I just want you to go to one place where you're like, okay, so what do I need to know? Okay, so Chalene, there's this new thing on Instagram. What do I need to know? Like, there's one place. You paid for it. And when you pay attention. See how that works? Yeah. Cool. So it really is a no-brainer. And I'm not going to try to talk you into it. That's the last thing I want to do. I'm not in that business. But I did want to explain it. And I think that's a difference between selling, what some of you are doing is selling, and explaining who something is for, exactly what it is, and what it's not. So this is something you do at your own pace. If you're the kind of person who says, oh, I need someone who comes to my house and sits down and it's scheduled every day at 9 a.m. And if I don't do that, I'm going to get kicked out. Well, then this isn't for you. Like, I have to explain exactly what it is. If you're looking for a course that you can start and finish, this isn't for you. This is a course you can dip in and dip out. This is a course that will last you a lifetime, because at some point you're going to want to learn to do something else that you don't need to know how to do right now. Yes. That's right. And I do live trainings anytime it's like, okay, guys, okay, everyone's freaking out right now about Reels. Let's do a live training. Or like everyone's freaking out about, so we do a lot of live trainings inside of our Facebook group. Yes. Okay. Someone said, I wondered what she meant. What was that about? I wondered what she meant. Thanks. Missed it. Is a one-time payment or is oh no. Oh, Julian, really good question. That one-time payment is ridiculous because it's for a lifetime. We should have set it up as an annual. Learn from my mistake. If you create something like this, make it an annual. We didn't. We made it a one-time payment. But that's like, I don't know if you guys have ever done anything with me. Like if you've done one of my challenges or one of my other courses, this is kind of like what we're known for. We over deliver, where people are like, are you kidding me? Yeah. Yes. Yeah. When COVID hit, so many of our members who had built businesses, like especially a lot of the health and fitness folks and restaurants and people own, boutiques. So we have a lot of members who aren't obviously network marketers. And so network marketing did really well. Did you guys do well during COVID? Most of you did. Not all, but a lot of them did. But people with a physical business, you guys, I'm not going to lie to you. We had a lot of our members who had built these really phenomenal businesses wiped out, like restaurants that were like, what do we do? We're going to need to file for bankruptcy. Gyms that were like, we have a $10,000 lease that we're paying and no one can come in and take classes. So what we did for 6 weeks, no additional fee, because they're already lifetime members, we took care of everybody and we went live every single day and coached people live on how to make that pivot and taught people immediately how to build an online gym, how to stand out and how to charge for that and how to market that and the best platforms for that. We taught people who owned restaurants like how to market that, how to make that shift, and for a lot of people, there was no way they could have predicted it was going to crush their business, like ticket brokers and event planners. I mean, we have people inside MIA who are physical therapists and massage therapists and hairstylists, and we had to teach them how to pivot. Wow. When Jenny said that their direct sales company had a 400% increase in sales. Oh, but it screwed up your supply. Yeah, I mean, like things happened. but it is, I tell you that story just because, and I'm sure there's people on who were part of this when when COVID hit, or I'm sure there's people on right now who are MIA members, so I can tell you that we did this, um, and we just do it for free because it's like once the reason why I call people lifers is because once you're like on my radar and I get to take care of you and you're like listening, you can't get rid of me. You're gonna have to get like a restraining order because I need to help you for the rest of my life. And I'm on my way over to do your dishes. Yeah. Is this duplicatable in team building? Yeah, as I mentioned, it absolutely. Oh, yeah, it absolutely is. We have 100%. We have a lot on the team for sure. Yeah. Yeah, we did a lot. We did a lot of coaching during that time for our members. It was great. It was really, really cool. Anyways, I want to share with you some people because I know some of you are like, well, will it work for this? Will it work for that? Because maybe you're not looking at MIA specifically for network marketing because maybe you're not that into it. I don't know. So I want to share with you some other really inspirational stories like Michelle. So Michelle was a high school teacher and a softball coach, and she joined MIA and right away figured out how to do this virtually. Like, who would think you could be a softball coach virtually? And now she's, got an online income and helping players all over the country. I love Cassandra's story. So, she's a relatively new MIA member, and right away, right off the bat, she's always like not professionally trained, I guess, in branding, but like understands how to create digital branding, and just didn't know how to market herself or how do I do this? How do I tell people about my services? How do I know what to charge, etc. And I'm just really excited to celebrate her success because she just had her first client, $1,000 check, not bad. Bethany is another one of these examples. She again, no one finishes MIA because you're not supposed to. That wouldn't make sense. But so she jumped in, learned how to make a course on how to teach fitness, and no email list, no website. We taught her how to sell it on Instagram. She made $600 in her first week selling it on Instagram. Richie Norton, now he is not new. Richie joined MIA back in 2014 because he had written a book and was trying to figure out how to market it. And so Richie has used MIA. He's one of my favorite people. I love him. One of our favorite success stories to share because he's used it to raise venture capital. He's used it as a Kickstarter. He's used it. He's got multiple streams of income now. He's a best-selling author. He's a speaker. He has his own courses, his own events, and he's got a company that creates products for other people. I love Richie's story. Michelle, this is like, so for that person who's like, I just want my own thing. Like Michelle just loved cooking. And she's like, can I turn cooking into a thing? Yeah. So we taught her how to niche down, grow her Instagram, taught her how to create ebooks. So she's making recipe books and selling them on Instagram. Greg Todd, love his story because he's one of those people who has a physical in-person business, like a hairstylist or a massage therapist, right? Or a lawyer. People where a dentist, like people have to come in to see you to make money. So that's not very passive. And Greg was a physical therapist who's like, this isn't passive. I have to be there every day if I'm going to make money, and I want to make more money because I want to spend time with my family. He's a great dad. So he learned how to do that, how to create an online business. And in less than 8 months, he'd already made more than what he'd made in the last 6 years with his physical therapy business. And now he's gone on multiple streams of income. He's got his own events. He's got his own courses. And he learned how to do those things in MIA, but not all at once. We teach you like, okay, start here, start at the beginning. Kenya Kelly, she went from, not doing bad, working on her own business, making $50K a year to over $200K a year. And now she's actually one of our professors. Kenya teaches TikTok and Reels inside the academy. I love Sally. Sally is amazing. So Sally, rainbow hair, don't care, making $40K a month as a life coach. How freaking awesome is that? And she's like, basically, she's a little baby. Look at her. She's just a little tiny baby with rainbow hair. I mean, you can be you times 2 and make some nice coin. I love Shannon's story. So Shannon, physical business. So she owned a pet grooming business. And again, really struggling to reach people in her region. And so she was trying to use social media the wrong way. and it wasn't helping her attract local customers. So we taught her that system, and now she's got 5 locations. Sean. Okay, so Sean, again, another person that started with us, I think in 2015. And at the time, he was a youth pastor and just making YouTube videos. And now he's a $1 million earner on YouTube and teaching people how to grow their own YouTube platforms. He's got his own events. I'm super fortunate to speak at his events now. And even though he started off as a student, he's like one of my best friends. And he's also a professor inside of our academy. So you'll learn from him. Alexandria, I love her story. She, again, another person with a physical business. She had to figure out how to take her apparel, she sells t-shirts, etc., and how to take that online. Taught her how to set up a Shopify store. So all that's covered. Like, do you need to know how to do Shopify? Maybe not right now, but if you ever do, it's there. You don't have to buy another course. Increased her business 28%. Lindsay was on our podcast this week. She was on Build Your Tribe. She started her own PR company, and just having that freedom of multiple streams of income. Lorna, like, she's a vocal coach in Brazil. So it doesn't matter what country you're in. And started to create a vocal academy, a voice lesson academy. And now she's making 6 figures a year, just doing something she loves. Okay, Adrian, love Adrian's story. So like Adrian says, I went to school to become a registered dietitian, which, a lot of registered dietitians have an MBA. So she probably spent $100,000 on her education, and they don't teach you how to make money. So like Adrian says, I had MIA taught me how to create my own passive income from this. Anyways, that is all of the bonuses. Those are some people that I hope their stories inspire you. And the last thing I want to say is, I know you feel fear, right? But you've got to step outside your comfort zone. And when you do that, you do feel nervous, and you do feel a rush of adrenaline, and you do feel, like that, palm sweating, heart racing. That is adrenaline. And I always say, like, you don't win a race if you don't have adrenaline. You don't do things that create transformation in your life until you step outside of your comfort zone. And when you step outside of your comfort zone, yeah, you feel kind of freaked out. That's the point. That's why a lot of people don't do it. I was outside of my comfort zone yesterday trying to host a Facebook watch party. Like, I'm still stepping outside of my comfort zone all the time. You have to just make a decision. Like, I'm not going to talk you into this, but you just have to decide, I can't afford to keep doing what I'm doing. You have to decide if, in fact, you want to accept the way things are right now and it's good enough. Because if that's the case, you're not, ready. But if you're like, I don't accept that this is all. I believe I have more. I believe I deserve more. And I believe it is my birthright not to have to work my face off, and to enjoy prosperity and peace. Like, we definitely subscribe to the word peace. I don't necessarily agree with this whole, like, you're supposed to hustle, and work super duper hard. Is my camera crooked, or am I crooked? Oh, it's been crooked the whole time. See how easily distracted I can get? Yeah. I think peace is so important. I really do. And I think anyone can teach you how to do all the things, but you'll notice in every single lesson, when I teach, like, whatever it is, like, so maybe I'm teaching you how to set up an email funnel. I will tell you, okay, here's how to do it. Now, here's what I want you to have your virtual assistant do. Because I don't want you to have more work. I want you to have more peace and more prosperity. And if that resonates with you, and if what I've explained to you is what you need, then I'd love to welcome you to becoming a member of the Marketing Impact Academy, and then I will take care of you for your lifetime. And that's it. So if there's any questions, I'm happy to help you. Again, you don't want to miss out on this. We're going to start immediately. And you can't enroll anytime. You have to enroll when we open up registration. We're going to close very soon. And the reason why we do that, I'll explain, because you're like, it's a digital course. Why do you have to close it? Because I want people to be successful. And if people just kind of started whenever they wanted, it just doesn't have the same power and momentum. It's so exciting when everyone starts at the same time. You'll get a fresh, clean syllabus. It's like first day of school, sharpened pencils, new lunchbox, right? It's very exciting, very exciting. And people get so much done when we start like that. And it's also a lot of work for our staff, because when we first start, like, everyone has a million questions. So when you sign up today, here's what you do. Click on Chalene.com. I want you to picture yourself doing this. I want you to picture where you'll be a year from now, 6 months from now, 7 days from now. And I want you to click ChaleneJohnson.com, click join. Then you'll enter your best email address, because hello, I have to send you your login. I think on the registration page, we ask for your phone number too. Give us that. I'm not going to spam you. We use that to let you know whenever we're doing one of our live trainings, or if there's an update. Like, we don't use it very often, but when we do, like, people are like, how come you didn't text me? I'm like, well, you didn't give us your number. What are we supposed to do about it? No, this is not part of Beachbody. No, this says we help regardless of the network that you're in. We're going to teach you how to build a business. So you'll enter your email address, you'll enter your phone number, you'll enter your credit card information, decide if you want to do the one pay and go all in, mindset shift, or if you need to do payments, we can do that too. And then I'll send you an email that'll have your membership login. You can get started, look around, but next week I'm going to send an email with all the details. We're going to do it like a big kickoff call with everybody, kind of get everyone, make sure everybody gets a syllabus. And like, I'm even going to give you a way to figure out like where you should start, because not everyone's going to start in the same place, right? Kind of depends on why you're there. It's very, very customizable. So I'm really excited to start with you guys. I'm really excited. Of course, I'm here to answer any additional questions you have, but I think I don't know, it's either for you or it's not. It's either you think that there has to be perfect timing, which is a myth. That's just something we say because we, want to make excuses, because there is no perfect time. We always say that, like, oh, well, when the kids go back to school, or when I have more money, or when I after my surgery, as soon as the summer's done, like, there is no perfect time. The time is determined by your decision to do things differently and to step outside your comfort zone. That's when the time is right. But it'll never be comfortable, because if it were comfortable, that just wouldn't make sense. Does that make sense? Yeah. Yeah. We will all officially start the first week of September. But today, when you join, you can start taking in information. It's just really important to me that in September, we all like really follow that syllabus. Like right now, you can have fun. Like if you're like, oh, I can't wait to go watch all the lessons on Instagram, or the curiosity marketing that she talked about. I want to know all about that curiosity marketing. I want to know all about how to grow my following. Yeah, you can dig into that stuff, but just promise me that once we start, you'll follow with the syllabus. Denise, congratulations. I love it. Denise says, my hands are still sweaty. I love it. Yeah. When does the 14-day countdown start? When you purchase, from that day. Yeah. If we signed up for installments, can we change it to one payment? Marcia, for sure. Yeah. I mean, we're very accommodating at customer service. So for sure. Marcia, just send an email, if you will, to operations, or is it Nicole? Okay. Brett's going to send you the email, and we'll take care of that for you. Yes. Awesome. All right. So you doing it? Are you doing it? You gonna do it? Come on, let's go. Yes. Denise, awesome. Gio, yes. Lisa, Shrek, congratulations. It's a Lemon. Congratulations. I'm super excited for you. Mary Beth, let's go, girl. I'm excited for you. Dunn says, Olivia, congratulations. I'm so excited for you, Olivia. You guys, it's going to be so dope. Kimberly, super excited. new member, Michelle, is doing her dance. You guys, you know what would be super cool? Do a little dance for me, like something fun. Do a little dance, and then tag me on Instagram so I can post it up. Those are very entertaining. Do the WAP challenge as your celebration dance. Do the WAP challenge as your celebration dance, and I guarantee I'm sharing you. But don't blame me if you rip a hamstring. Okay. Yeah, I know. The what dance? Okay, you cannot hold me responsible when you look this up, because I'm just going to tell you right now, the lyrics are the most explicit rap lyrics. Like, I love explicit rap lyrics, and the lyrics in the song are so explicit. Like, I needed to go to church after I heard the song. It's called WAP, W-A-P, WAP. Yeah. Yes, the WAP dance. Oh my gosh. Don't blame me. I didn't write the song. I didn't make up the dance. It's Cardi B and Megan. And you have to be able, it's intense. Oh, Monica, we're like soul sisters in music, right? Hey, any questions that I have an answer for you guys? Otherwise, thank you for spending this much time with me. Super cool. Love you guys. That's crazy that you guys, I love that you're here with me on a Saturday. Super cool. Yeah, it's a TikTok challenge, and it's on uh Instagram too. So I'm not seeing any additional questions. If When does registration close? Um, we are closing very soon, next couple of days. So I wouldn't wait. And it's just really important while you're thinking about it. If you go, here's what I know is, if you don't do it now, you and I both know you won't do it later. It's like anything. If you find a dress, you're like, oh, I love this. It's amazing. But I'm going to go get a few other things and come back. You never come back. So you missed it. So don't do that. Yes. Um, Joelle, you don't have to sell some stuff. I'm going to teach you how to make your money back. Yes, just do it now, right? Absolutely. It's so true. My thing is, I'm not telling you to do it now because, I'm trying to, whatever, make you do something you don't need to do. The reason why I'm telling you to do it now is because later on, you're going to go like, okay, so what was it again? What was it? Oh shoot, where was that link? What was the link she said? Okay, when did it start? And then you have to go back, and then you can't find it. And then you find out we're closed. And then you'll send an email to operations, and we'll be like, I'm so sorry, because once we close, we close. So, and we have to stick to that. So the reason why I'm telling you that is to save you time, because you already know you need to do it. You just need to quiet that little voice in your head that says, what if I'm different? What if I'm not good enough? What if I fail? You're supposed to make this messy. So quiet that little voice, because that little voice is never going to allow you to reach your potential. You and I both know that. That is just the voice of self-doubt, and it's preventing you from stepping into your greatness. So silence it by taking back control and doing what you already know you need to do. Thank you. All right, guys. Gotcha. Awesome. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I hope this is helpful. I really, really can't tell you how much I appreciate you spent almost 2 hours with me. It really means a lot. That was a great investment. So thank you for spending that time with me. I really look forward to working with you guys. Send me a DM on Instagram at Chalene Johnson. If you joined today, say I was part of that network marketing training that you did today, and I joined, so I can celebrate with you. All right. I want to say hi, and of course you can do your little WAP dance if you want. I'll see you guys inside the academy, and hopefully on Instagram too. Love you. Bye.